Well, we are shaping up to have another sunny afternoon across the Tennessee Valley. No rain in the forecast, and we'll continue to just see a little bit of high clouds out there. But other than that, we're going to be quiet for the rest of this Wednesday morning into Wednesday afternoon and even into Wednesday night. Now, we are watching this cold front that's off to our west. That will bring our next system. That's not going to be coming until Friday, so we'll be able to enjoy the dry conditions today, tomorrow, and then, like I said, Friday. That's when we're expected to see another round of rain and potentially a few thunderstorms. We are warm all across the southeast, ranging from low 80s to upper 70s, 79 right now in Birmingham, 83 in Memphis. Check out New Orleans, 86 degrees right at 10 a.m. So 80 here in Huntsville. Zooming things in closer to home, though, so you can see just exactly what we're dealing with. Upper 70s, low 80s in some locations already. 80 right now in Pulaski, 80 in Moulton, mid 70s in Fort Payne. Scottsboro currently sitting right at 78 degrees. Florence is currently seeing 79. Now, our dew points are a little higher, meaning that we do have a little bit of moisture in the atmosphere, meaning that humidity levels are going to be a little bit elevated today. So you'll definitely notice the stickiness if you are stepping outdoors in a few minutes or so, getting ready for lunch and heading into the afternoon. We're going to keep the mugginess around as those dew points going to be staying in the upper 60s. Now, our wind speeds are relatively calm. Now, we are going to be seeing a little bit of a breeze today as that frontal boundary approaches, but other than that, we've got a quiet Wednesday ahead of us. Now, we will continue to see a little bit of haze off in the sky, but that's due to the fact that we are still continuing to see those trends from the Canada wildfires that's pushing into our area, bringing in a little bit of that smoke. But notice we are in the light conditions, so definitely not going to notice as much of a haziness today as we've seen the past couple of days, especially this past weekend. So the next 12 hours, temperature is going to be warming into the mid and upper 70s for the afternoon across the area. And we'll notice a little bit of cloud cover move in heading into the afternoon. And then, of course, tonight it looks like it's going to be a mostly clear sky all across the board. Upper 60s is where I'm thinking low temperature is probably going to be heading for the overnight. 68 expected tonight in Florence, Moulton, 66 down in Coleman, 69 expected tonight in Huntsville. Fort Payne expected to drop to right around 64 degrees. Now, for tomorrow, we're expected to see even warmer conditions, about a 2 to 3 rise in temperatures from our forecasted high today. We'll potentially be getting really close to that 90-degree range over on the western side. Florence has a forecasted high right around 88, 87 in Pulaski, Fayetteville, Huntsville, Athens, Decatur. Mid-80s expected tomorrow in Coleman. Fort Payne expected to only reach right around 82 degrees for the afternoon, and temperatures are going to stay pretty warm throughout the rest of this week and into the weekend. And then we do have a little bit of a drop in temperatures once we get to about this time next week. So 87 is the forecasted high for tomorrow, and then we're just 1 degree shy of 90 degrees for our Friday afternoon. I don't think that we're going to make it all the way to 90. Maybe potentially the western side could reach 90 degrees. Florence, the Shoals, they're usually typically a little bit warmer than us here, but we're not expected to see widespread 90 degrees by any means. I really don't think we're going to reach that just quite yet, but we could see 1 or 2 locations that do hit 90 for the afternoon on Friday. And then heading into the weekend, mid-80s expected for your Saturday, 83 expected for the back half of the weekend, and then we'll stay warm for pretty much all of next week. Just a little bit of a drop in temperatures by this time next week. Now, rain chances are going to be pretty elevated. I do have a 20% chance of rain for today, just in case we do see a few isolated showers develop out ahead of that frontal boundary as it approaches us here in the Tennessee Valley. But majority of the rain that we're expected to see throughout the next 7 days is going to be falling from Friday until about Monday into Tuesday of next week. Now, Friday into Saturday, that's where we have the potential to see a few stronger to maybe even severe storms develop as that system approaches. So we do have a slight risk. It is a very large area of a slight risk for a few strong to severe thunderstorms to develop, and it does cover the entire Tennessee Valley. So this is going to be Friday into Saturday as well. So we'll continue to see dry conditions early Friday morning. So it's not going to be a wet start to Friday. The rain and storm potential that we're expecting isn't going to be coming until Friday afternoon. Now, the late afternoon into Friday night, that's where we could potentially see a few isolated strong to severe thunderstorms develop. And what I mean by that is heavy rainfall definitely going to be our biggest threat. And then, of course, a little bit of hail could be embedded within some of these cells that do decide to develop, and some gusty winds is what we're expecting threat-wise. It's not going to be widespread severe weather by any means, but we may see 2 or 3 severe thunderstorm warnings that develop Friday into our Saturday as well. So for today, upper 80s, a little bit of rain could potentially develop this afternoon. We'll stay warm heading into the rest of this work week. 87 for Thursday, 89 is our high temperature for Friday and Saturday. Remember, that's where we could see a few strong to severe thunderstorms develop. Then we have a little bit of a drop in temperatures between Saturday into Sunday. Mid 80s on Saturday, low 80s expected heading into Sunday. Expect to see rain and a few thunderstorms both days this weekend. And then looking ahead into the early part of next week, a little bit of rainfall going to be in the forecast both Monday and Tuesday. Monday, high temperatures expected to warm into the upper 80s, and then we'll be dropping into the lower 80s for next Tuesday.